Hello everyone, this is Puny Army, back with AI the Somnium files. Now I've been thinking, since I ended the last episode, that Date might not be the 30-year-old that everyone claims he is. So we had the flashback, right, where he's interacting with a young Iris who I don't think is really 18 like she claims. Now here's my theory. It's a little far-fetched, but it's somewhat reasonable. Now Date claimed, according to theory, Date is 30 years old. Okay, great. So, we look at, what's his name, Renju, who is 37. Okay, so how did he and Renju meet then if they're 7 years apart? That's grades apart. It's not impossible, but it's unlikely. Furthermore, I would also like to point out, where is, not Shoko, where is the woman that we just met? Hitomi, here we go, she's also 37. Here is a couple of theories I have. First off, Date is not 30, neither is Iris 18. My theory is that because Date's flashback interacting with Iris, based upon his hand size and general apparent height, even though both crouching down or close to the ground, but based on these factors, I would estimate that Date was maybe 2-3 years older than Iris. I'm going to say 3 just to stretch. Now, I'm also going to claim right here, before I continue, that Iris is actually, say, 20. Now, if you recall, Hitomi stated that, oh yeah, I got pregnant with Iris at 19. And normally I would buy that, but the apparent embarrassment that the question potentially caused, considering Iris was kind of outraged, leads me to conclude that possibly Hitomi was pregnant not at 19, past high school, where not really that many people would have cared, but she got pregnant at 17 by Renju, her best friend in high school. And so, rather than stay in that house like she claimed, maybe she moved to a different district, or vice versa. That's not really important where she actually lived, that's not a huge deal. But if she actually got pregnant at 17 like I'm believing right now, that makes Iris 20, and if Date is 2-3 years older than Iris, that makes him 23 rather than 30, and not that Date would know because, hey, he has amnesia. So this would mean that he was recruited by Abyss at roughly 17 years old, possibly 18 if I'm willing to say, hey, he was 4 years older than Iris during that flashback. If he was 4 years older, then he would have been 18 at the time, and he'd be 24 now. But that's my current theory. I'm not 100% convinced of this. This is just an operating theory at the time. I'm really confident that Iris is 20. I'm gonna put that out there. I do believe Hitomi actually got pregnant at 17, and that's why the question was a little more sensitive, because if this is taking place in near future, it seems to be, then the whole getting pregnant at 19 by someone you weren't married to wouldn't really be that big of a deal. Some maybe of the older generation would raise eyebrows, but nobody would be like, you skank or whatever. No one would go to that extreme, really. But if she was 17, that would be looked at much differently because she would be a minor, not even out of school. That's viewed on a totally different level even today, and probably would be viewed pretty similarly even in near future times. So that's the theory I'm going with right now, but I'm going to be curious to see if this is true. I'm going to look at myself. I don't remember why I'm looking at myself again.
Hi, my name is Kaname Date. Nice to meet you. What? Date? I have the same name. What a coincidence.
Oh, that was my water bottle, pardon me. My empty water bottle.
Perhaps he's had too much medication.
Here we go.
Hey, me. Want to play a game? Sure, let's play I Spy. I spy something round. My eyeball. Correct. I win.
I will terminate you.
Is she in my steering wheel? Because that's... Oh, she is. She's charging in the steering wheel. That's smart. I like that. She's using the car battery to charge because it's... I like that a lot. Let me look at myself. Now who's the scenes and done something? Oh, it's me. Nice. His sense of humor is awesome.
Don't push yourself, Date. No, I'm fine, Tate.
You do not appear to be fine.
He's way too happy about this. Alright. Yes, okay, so that's all we've got here. I can't look at the side view mirror, which is kind of unfortunate. I can't look at a hell of a lot, honestly.
Do you hide your risque reading material
No one hides
in
their
there,
risque reading
Date?
material in Dakar.
Not at all. Why would I hide them there?
Yeah, that doesn't make sense. She clearly knows nothing of risque reading material. That's where you keep your gloves, your gun, and your lockpicking tools. Thank you, center console. Never would have guessed. Can I look at anything else? My gloves? No. The wheel. Let's look at the wheel. Yes, I noticed this. I think it's a cool idea. Let's talk about Shoko's corpse.
The estimated time of death is yesterday, Friday, around 5 p.m.
Right, but she didn't
The
die
cause
there,
of
so
death is blood
Misaki's
loss
being
from
framed.
multiple stab wounds to the torso.
Yes.
The weapon used to commit the murder
I know
is
all
almost
this.
certainly the ice pick Mizuki was
Could
holding when
please
we
move on to
discovered her.
something I don't know?
There were no fingerprints,
Or at
hair,
least debates
or
and
other
stuff
clues
that I
left
don't know
behind by
about.
the culprit.
Thank you, that was useless. Let's hear the timeline. This might actually be helpful.
Iba, can you give me a timeline of the events of the crime?
This might
At
be
once.
awesome. You have a complete timeline. Okay, here we go. This is good. I'm gonna read this out loud.
I wonder who sent that
Never mind.
Nile message to Mizuki.
Okay. Shoko's TOD at approximately 5. Time of death. Shoko died at approximately 5 p.m. At some unknown time, Mizuki receives a message on her phone from an unknown sender requesting her to go to Bloom Park. At 8:10 p.m., Mizuki calls Oda and asks him to accompany her to Bloom Park. 50 minutes later, Mizuki and Oda discover Shoko's corpse, where Oda leaves Mizuki. 5 minutes after this, Oda calls in the crime via a payphone, having dropped his phone. 25 minutes later, first responders arrive at the scene, and I'm called in an entire hour and 20 damn minutes later. Really? Alright, so the big gap of time here is that Mizuki receives the denial message at some unknown period of time between 5 p.m., which is when Shoko died, and 8:10 p.m., where she calls Ota to go with her to Bloom Park. That is a 3-hour and 10-minute gap, which is a huge gap of time. Now, since Shoko wasn't killed in the park, the logical question that we first have to ask is, where did Shoko actually die? And how, then, the second follow-up question is, how was she brought to Bloom Park? These are the-
Probably the culprit themselves.
No
But
kidding.
Mizuki wouldn't obey the instructions of a complete stranger.
Then
Unless-
Mizuki knew the sender.
That's what I'm thinking.
possible.
Or the suspect used her friend's phone.
Iba, can you hack into the phone and find out who sent the Nile
That's a good
message?
thought.
Nile's
Yes,
security
yeah, fine.
protocols are intricate. It will take time to decipher.
You just do it. I don't care how long it takes. Just get back to me when you have it. Let's talk about bloodstains. That's a weird
When we
sentence.
arrived on the scene, there was no blood
Yes,
on
we
the horse
established
the
this.
body was mounted upon.
Which means the merry-go-round wasn't the murder scene.
We already established
Shoko
this
was
as well.
killed somewhere else and then brought there to be displayed.
Now, however she was brought there had to be at least
That means
have some
Mizuki
blood
couldn't
on
have
it.
done
Because
it.
that's a lot of stab
She's
wounds.
12. She can't move a body or drive a car.
Correct.
Were you considering her a suspect?
That's part of the job, if there's even the
Good
slightest
man, though.
possibility.
Good man.
Then this is good news. It means the likelihood of Mizuki being the killer is almost zero.
Now, that doesn't remove the possibility
I knew that
of her
from the
being an
start.
accessory, but then it wouldn't be logical for
She
her
would
to
never
hide
put
with
her
the
hands on
weapon.
her own mother. She doesn't have what it takes to commit murder.
Based on her reaction to people opening up the column,
Perhaps she
I
was
would
playing hide and seek.
No,
Hide and seek?
that look
It
of
was
fear.
not a serious suggestion. I was merely joking, as you call it.
It does beg the interesting question. So I'm wondering if the killer attempted to ambush her as well,
The
and
corpse
she took
was
the
found
ice pick
tied
left
up
of
on
the
one of the
body as
horses of the
self-defense to hit the
merry-go-round.
killer. I've mentioned this to you before.
This makes it clear that the killer had no
Is
intention
she
of
still in a
hiding their
coma,
crime.
Mizuki? She could
Rather,
probably be fairly
it appears as
insightful.
though it was displayed deliberately,
Our
Yes.
perp wants the limelight.
or is attempting to send some kind of message.
Also possible. It was definitely personal. It's the amount of stabs that would take, and removing the eye is definitely a
The corpse was
personal
found with
attack.
her left eye removed.
Whoever killed her either hated the person they were sending the message to or hated her.
That eyeball has yet to be found.
It's also a fairly interesting coincidence that I kind of passively noticed before, but I never actually talked about. Her left eye is missing, and Date's left eye is also missing, so it does seem awfully like it's a message for Date.
According to Iris's testimony, when Ota first discovered the body, the ice pick was still lodged in the left eye socket.
But then that means that the eye was removed.
So why
while
did
she was still
Mizuki have
alive.
the ice pick? Could she have taken the eye?
No, that wouldn't make sense. We would have found traces of that blood there. That's not something you simply just take and not leave
Yes,
any
as a matter
traces
of
even
fact.
that far past
I checked the
death.
surveillance cameras around Bloom Park again,
At least you're
and I
thorough.
noticed something strange.
Something
Good.
strange?
There were no cars. Yesterday, in the parking lot and the streets in the vicinity, there was
That
not
is
a
weird.
single vehicle.
Are you sure?
I am.
Then, how did the suspect move the corpse?
Carried.
have
They had
no
to have
idea.
carried it in some way, which is interesting and also indicates that the murder was close by. That's it, to be able to carry that corpse possibly up to 3 hours away, but that doesn't make a hell of a lot of sense. I keep forgetting I have to click on this in between things.
Welcome back. I brought her here after her examination was over.
That's not a bad thing. Is she okay? Is she
Mizuki.
comatose? Is she traumatized? She's traumatized. Okay.
Has she said anything?
This room doesn't
No,
help.
still can't talk.
Was it okay for you to bring her here?
I got permission from the hospital. Apparently, the hospital director has been poking a few of the nurses.
Oh.
So I asked him about that,
Okay.
and all of a sudden he seemed very open to the idea.
That's not permission, it's blackmail.
Same thing. You know what you need to do now, right? Sync with her.
Resolve her. Okay, I was gonna say try to resolve the, trauma past to the point where maybe she could talk, but we can, invade her brain, and which is I'm pretty sure an illegal operation of an invasion of privacy. But man, what do I know about this? This is all new to me. Hey, it's that guy. Oh, we have to specify that the monitor is on an off monitor. There's nothing on the monitor. Thank you. I can't look at the keyboard, which disappoints me. Strange strings of characters and figures scroll. Okay, so why is this one monitor off? That seems a little odd. The chair. Just a chair. Thank you. Mizuki... Let's try it. She can't hear me from here. Cool. Mizuki is lying in the sink machine. The other side of the glass. No kidding. The sink machine. There's an enormous machine. The sink machine... Did I just say the stink machine by accident? Papers, it looks like the manual for the sink. You are smart. You carry the manual with you, and I kind of like that. I'm going to talk to boss about this for a second. Do we know anything new?
You're asking me that now? I'm asking you to sync with Mizuki because we have no progress.
Look, I don't know if some
Maybe
random
Mizuki
tidbit
saw
came
something
up.
at the scene. Maybe
I
she went
guarantee she
inside
did.
that merry-go-round to hide, but she isn't
I've
answering
already
any
thrown out
questions.
that possibility.
The only way to find out is to dive into her subconscious mind. Don't you agree?
I agree, but I still am somewhat concerned about the possibility of, I don't know, the legality of this? Ooh, Renju's permission.
Renju Okiura is Mizuki's legal guardian. Did you get permission from him?
I couldn't get in touch with him.
Okay.
What? I thought he was being questioned by a local unit.
His questioning ended around noon.
And no one told me?
He hasn't been heard from since.
Why
This-
would he...
You didn't think to tell your lead investigator any of this information. This didn't occur to you? Can we talk about how there's a complete lack of communication and how you're withholding information from the lead detective? Can we have this conversation? No? Cool. If he was the target,
know.
then he might be dead now. He might have been the target of the threat. It's possible Shoko was his ex-wife. I think Date was the actual target of the
If
threat.
we don't do it now, then
But
when?
Renju is a possibility.
This is exactly the kind of situation Abyss was founded for. Besides,
does
if you
not
dive into
reassure me.
Mizuki's subconscious,
That's
you may
scary.
be able to help her.
Maybe, but
Her aphonia is psychogenic. Physically, she's fine. Her injuries are mental,
yes, but that typically
which
happens to
is
12-year-old children who
understandable
discovers bodies.
after seeing her mother like
And
that.
maybe the killer
You
nearby.
may be able to heal her, Date.
I
You
just
have to
invade her
sync
brains.
with her.
Cool. You know what? Sure.
You're the only one who can.
Yes, we have now established that I am some kind of weird miracle person for reasons that nobody seems to actually understand. So we're going to talk to Pewter.
She's only 12.
Does
Sure
that matter?
this is okay?
I'm 30.
The machine is safe. I can guarantee that. You have nothing to worry about.
If he wasn't smiling like that, I would be more reassured.
Her vitals are stable. Her
Okay, thank
EEG is also stable. I think we can proceed.
Great. Can you please not smile like that while you're talking about that?
Hey,
'Cause
Pewter.
It really looks like
About
you're plotting
Iba.
something.
Could you do something about her personality?
Do something about it?
It wouldn't kill her to be more modest. Maybe a little more ladylike?
If you dare reprogram me, I will self-destruct in your eye socket.
Huh. So you were listening, huh?
That, yeah, the sheer lack of privacy there is kind of disconcerting as well. Uh-huh. And other machines. Did he invent anything else of relative
We are
importance?
ready
Can
to
we
begin.
talk about this?
Date, go to the sync room.
Got it.
My body just wasn't there. I was just ahead. That's all anyone cares about anyways, let's
Agent
be honest.
Date, Mizuki is reacting. Her heart
How?
rate is rising and her brainwaves are showing signs of disturbance.
Is this a disturbance
She
in
may
the
be
force?
getting nervous about the procedure.
Date, try to calm
Gee,
her
really?
down.
You think?
How do I do that?
It's true that she can't speak to you, but she can hear you. Try talking with her.
No
Sure
kidding.
thing, boss.
Chillax. I'm just gonna invade your brain. I'm gonna explain.
I'm gonna
this
be
really
inside your head.
directly. She's 12. She can
I'll
understand.
be looking for clues about the culprit.
Not only that, we will also attempt to discover the cause of Mizuki's muteness and rectify
Don't
it.
tell her
With
that.
her aphonia cured, we can ask her further questions
I
directly.
mean, at that point, are further questions going to be necessary? Because we'll have invaded her subconscious, unless, of course, we're talking about the conscious mind, which would be
Mizuki,
different, and maybe have access to information
told
that
you
they
this,
don't normally
but-
have.
I'm not an ordinary policeman. I belong to a special investigation unit called Abyss. Advanced
like
Brain Investigation
Ultra
Squad.
secret squad of
We
the police
explore
that
the
do
human mind
very
with
illegal
state-of-the-art
things
technology and research.
in the good of mankind.
There are a billion
Technically.
kinds of suspects and persons of interest out there. People that lie, people that
In other words, you're
don't say
calling
anything.
a full 1/7 of the global population at, well, probably closer now to 1/8 of the global population.
People that have head
Shady
injuries
as
or
all
some
get out.
that
And I
have
think that
deep mental
ratio
wounds
should
that
be
keep them
higher
from
personally,
talking.
but okay.
So,
You're
how do we
optimistic,
get clues
Date.
from these people?
It's beautiful
We
to
have to
see.
get inside their heads.
Don't ever change, Date.
The truth is in their minds.
I
Our
totally
job is
wasn't
to
paying
find it.
attention to anything he was saying because I already know most of this stuff. Not that she does.
I know it looks scary, but trust me, there's nothing to be afraid of.
Other than,
There's
you
no
know,
pain, no side
me invading
effects.
your brain.
When this is all over, you'll go back to your regular life like this never happened.
That's an outright lie. I'm not erasing her memories, she'll still remember it.
Sinking is what we call diving into
That's
someone's subconscious
Not a
mind.
bad depiction of a brain.
You sink deep
It's a
down
little
into their
redder than I
psyches,
think it's healthy,
and you
but
synchronize
okay.
with their true selves. People like me are called sinkers. Sinkers enter
You know
the
that
subject's
sinking feeling
subconscious,
you get? I'm responsible.
which is a dreamlike state we call Somnium. It's Latin for dream. There are 6 sinkers at
Thank you
Abyss.
for actually explaining why Somnium was chosen.
I'm one of them.
There's 6 of us. Ooh, I'm not some kind of extra special hero. I was probably just chosen because I have
Hey,
such a
Mizuki.
close relationship with her.
When this is all over, what should I say?
Buy you a drink. When this is all over. What is this? What is this question mark happening here? When this is all over. Oh. Wait, this is significant. Hold on, I'm gonna save in a separate slot for this. This seems significant. Hold up. Alright. Yeah. I feel like this is... Actually, I'm gonna look at her file really quick and see if I can get a better answer here. Why are you punching in your picture? Anyways, dislikes raw seafood, how Date holds chopsticks, ramen, unagi. Okay, cool. Ramen and unagi. Cool, alright. See, that's using the old braino. Sushi's not it. Stew. Do you like stew? Ramen and unagi is good, but what about that stew you like? I'm gonna do one quick check on that. I thought I saw something about soup. Stew. Okay. Let's go. I guess we'll go get some of that stew you like. Stew. Let's
Hey.
go with stew.
Remember when we went last time? You were laughing about how it looked like throw up, but
That's-
it tasted so good. You were devouring it. You kept saying it looked awful, but you loved it.
Do you not have a more heartwarming story, or...
I'm sorry, I'm really bad at this.
Date, her heart rate is steady.
Hey, that worked?
EEG is stable.
Hey,
Date, get into position.
that's what I'm talking
Let's
about.
begin.
That was
Oh,
not a
and
positive
Special
story,
Agent,
but
I forgot to mention one
I
thing.
guess it works.
I added a new feature to the sync
This
system.
is not the time where you drop
New
new
feature?
bombs.
You'll learn more when you're synced.
Don't, no.
It's
That's not how this is supposed
Sure,
to work.
got
You're supposed
it.
to tell me before I go in so I can be prepared to use it when I need to. What is it with these people and sharing information at key points? Hello? Can we please just
Date,
sit down and have this
you ready?
conversation? Do I have a
Okay.
choice?
Ready anytime.
I'm just gonna
Remember,
sink into
Date,
VR, don't worry about it.
You have only 6 minutes in the
Is this what you
Somnium
needed
world.
to tell me? This is
Any
not helping.
longer, and your consciousness will be absorbed by the subjects.
Yeah, I know.
Oy vey.
I'll find a lead and get out in under 6 minutes.
No pressure, though. I'm totally cool
We're
with this.
counting on you.
Don't... Just shut up.
Well then,
Sync me up.
let's begin.
Let's go. I don't know what the hell I'm looking for. I don't even know what the hell is going on. YOLO. Alright. Ay vey. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. You're yellow now. You were red before. Do you change based on the subconscious of the person's mind, or what? What is the story here? Why are you completely... Your clothes are different color, your hair is different color, your eyes are different color. What is... We don't have time to look around. We don't have time for this gnat flying in my face. See, you're red here,
What was
but...
that?
Nothing. I was merely trying to enter the scene like a cybernetic assassin from the future.
Oh my goodness.
Well, if you're trying to do
Really?
that, you'd have to do it naked. Is this Bloom Park? Lightning and a
That reference.
birdcage. Maybe this is representative of
That's
Mizuki's
funny.
state of mind.
The fact that Shoko was
Ghost
killed
in
here
the
must weigh
shell.
heavily on Mizuki's heart.
Mizuki should be inside that column.
Yes.
To get the information we need, we will have to deal with the lightning and the cage and get to Mizuki.
Oh, good. That's, you know, one
Move
of those
fast.
famous
The
combinations.
time is going to run out.
Unnecessary.
Stop talking to
Look
me,
around.
man.
Look around.
Okay.
This is the new feature of sync that Pewter mentioned.
You know, the one that he
You can
confused.
stop time?
Ooh.
Only when standing still.
Okay, that's actually cool, and I like
Time
that.
is moving incredibly slowly. Currently, you and I are transmitting information at high speed.
That's awesome.
So it only appears as though time has stopped.
Okay.
Are you familiar with the concept of time dilation?
I
It has to
actually
do
am.
with relativity, right?
Yeah,
Two people can
theoretically
experience
speaking,
time differently depending on
space-time.
space-time.
How fast
This
you're
is
moving.
similar to that.
Theoretically, theoretically, at an extremely simplified version, time dilation is where the faster you are moving, the slower time seems to be moving around you. Theoretically speaking, very basically.
The flow of time in Somnium is different than the real world.
I would
This could be
estimate.
useful. You can only stay in Somnium for 6 minutes, right? But with this, you could take your time and explore.
Let's get started.
As long as I wasn't moving.
Somnium scan! Activate!
Yeah. So basically, I had to look at my eyes as much as possible and move as little as possible. Alright, now I'm blind. Thank you. For the 4-1. Mental lock number 1. Yes, that would be the... I'm gonna assume the... Mental lock number 2. That would be the cage. So the barrier is mental lock number 1. No, the lightning is mental lock number 1. The column is 3. The cage is 2. Got it. Heal Mizuki's heart. Mizuki's mute. By healing her mental wounds, you may be able to get important info. Right.
To reach Mizuki, something must be done about the lightning that keeps striking the birdcage.
Lightning's supposed to strike at the highest point.
Yes. And now the horses ride hideously. Perfect.
An ice pick piercing Shoko's photograph.
Okay. Why is everything vibrating?
Speaker over there. It's shaking.
Okay.
I
That
see. It must be connected to the ice pick.
that's interesting. Why?
What do we do here?
Healing Mizuki should be your top priority.
No kidding.
I know.
There's a 6-minute time limit in Somnia. Time is expended whenever Aiba is moving or performing an action. Pay attention to the remaining time left in the upper right corner of the screen. Unlock all mental blocks within the room.
An ice pick stabbed into Shoko's photograph.
Okay. 20 seconds, 10 seconds. Shit, I can't really experiment too much. But I can sit here and think about it for a little while. I don't see how pushing would make any difference, so I'm gonna pull it out.
Right. No one would want to see their mother like this.
Yeah. Pushing it wouldn't make sense. Ah, hello. I did not expect that to be
Keeps
completely honest.
going. What is this?
Pull it more.
Something happened over there.
Okay, so that's the lightning dealt with, in theory. Aha, yeah. Alright, that was just me experimenting, so that's fairly fortunate.
The pillar became a lightning rod.
It looks
Thank
like we
you
can
for
get to
stating
the
the obvious
birdcage
again.
now.
Our
Yes.
next step must be to remove it.
Yes. We have this keen observation skills, thank you. Okay.
Date, we got a timing.
A timey?
What?
Time induction
Incarnation.
matter in encephalon. You can think of it as an item that affects the flow of time.
Great.
Using this, you can slow down or speed up time in Somnium.
Hold up, why would I want to speed up time
Is
again?
this another function?
Why are you
Peter
sitting down
added?
suddenly?
Correct.
And please don't
Sounds
look
like a
so
dream.
like the cat that got the cream. Because
Well, it
it's
is a
not
dream.
that big of a deal.
And because it is a dream, extraordinary things such as this are possible.
Can the bench
Got it.
just decide on a color
Guess I'll
that
try
they...
to use them where I can.
Can I... You are only able to hold 3 timies. Picking up a timie when you already hold 3 will replace one. Timies are expended after 1 use, but use them as often as you can. Okay. Yes. So... Remove the bird cage. Blow the bird cage away. How do I blow the bird cage away? With the microphone, we have the control room. So at least it shows me my options. Okay. I'm going to look at the... There's panda pieces. Okay, so I have to be within a certain distance of things. That's unfortunate. I'm going to assume I can't do anything directly with the bird cage, so I'm going to look at the panda pieces. This seems weird.
The panda is in awful shape.
I noticed that. It also clearly comes from hell, too. I'm going to use half time and then put back together and see if this
Leave it
makes
to
any
me.
difference.
I am quite skilled at this.
Are you really? Let's see about this. What?
Or at least I thought I was.
Your overconfidence is your weakness.
Did I just waste a timey? I did, didn't I? Damn it.
The panda is in awful...
We'll kick it away because it's only 10 seconds anyways.
Ha!
That works.
Did the merry-go-round move as well?
Is there a connection there?
Okay. We talk about
The
this now?
panda is in awful...
Kick it away again.
Ha! Did the merry-go-round move...
Okay, so it's the same. I just wasted 10 seconds. Cool.
Agent Date, you've got 5 minutes.
The
Okay, thank
control
you.
room of the merry-go-round lifted out of the ground.
Yes. We're gonna open this.
What is your plan once I am inside?
Stop the merry-go-round
It
and
is
do
a
something.
control room. Maybe we can do something in there.
I do not think it will be that easy.
No, but it's
Just
worth a
try
shot.
it.
It looked like I had some kind of time bonus on it. And another dimension. Because those exist in... Okay, I mean, it's dream world, so fair, but... Okay. Time isn't passing
Didn't
here, so I'm
expect
cool
to
with
see
it.
this inside.
I'm down.
I do not see an exit either.
But
I don't
there's
see
something
anything but
suspicious here.
sparkles. Oh. Alright.
I see 2 bird cages.
Looks like there's something inside them. Take a look.
One has balloons. I'm not concerned about the balloons right now. I got a 1/5 timey, apparently. That's what that was.
A bird cage. There are ripped pieces of paper inside.
Put them together. I get an unknown timey here, but we need to use a timey on this. Timey here. Lift.
All right, leave it to me.
Okay, good.
It is heavier than
I'm just
it
glad you
looks.
could lift the damn thing. Also, the whole thing about, hey, that was the page outside that I'm guessing. Yes. Okay, so I kind of assumed that the balloons were useless because we're not in a happy place.
Nothing happened.
All I did was move the cage.
Nice. Oh, that's cool. But you only have 3 retries. Going back one... Lock costs 1, going back 2 costs 2, and going back 3 locks will cost all 3. If you regain your 3 retries by selecting restart from the menu or failing the sync. Okay.
There are torn pieces of paper.
1/3 timey. Alright. Piece together. That is a huge cost of time.
Leave it
so
to me.
Put them together
I
with the
enjoy
timing.
puzzles like this.
It looks like she should be able to complete it. This also, I saw the panda in there, so that might explain why the panda's disassembled. Yes.
But
Okay. Happy memory. The panda does not have that handle. Cool. Explains the relevance of the panda. I'm sorry.
You were able to get out?
Okay. I would guess it has something to do with the divorce.
Mizuki must be having a hard time.
But the cage is gone.
She took the
We
divorce
can
pretty
get to
hard.
Mizuki now.
Do you not see the horses spinning at hurricane speeds?
You can do it if you try a little.
No, you can't.
All
Try
right,
a little.
fine. We have to stop the spinning.
It's the panda. I can already see it. I already confirmed that there was a connection before, and the panda's head is spinning. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't need to see any of these maps. I know where I'm going. I know what I'm doing. For once.
The panda head is spinning.
It's clearly the panda head from hell. Can we just talk about this? Oh, it just automatically brings everything to 30 seconds. I'm gonna see if I can stop it, but otherwise I'm gonna have to ride it.
Maybe it's like the speaker before.
Now, when you stop, it doesn't stay stopped.
I see. These were also linked.
I already knew they were
That's
from when
right.
you picked the head earlier. It might have seemed like a waste of time, but it did give me some important information. And I had the time to spare at the time, so I guess it worked out. I didn't know at the time, but... time.
Mizuki!
Let's go to her.
Got it.
Is it that easy? If you choose the correct answer as your final action, you can actually exceed the 30-second... the 3-second time limit. Even if it seems like you don't have a lot of time left, don't give up. More than 1 second when you clear. What? So I had a fork in the road, so this maybe
Agent
affects...
Date, you've got 4 minutes.
Interesting, okay. So the
It's
way I do
Mizuki.
things can change theoretically some other things. The 30 seconds, hug her. Oh, she's crying up a storm.
Mizuki.
Hey, we've got volume! Well, slapping her definitely wasn't the right choice. I knew that right off the top. Slap her. Hey, I think I did it. I did the good. Hey, footprints. Why footprints? I'm not even going to question it. These might be bloody footprints for all we know. Wouldn't make really a lot of sense because she didn't really bleed there. Strange man. She did see the killer then. She was hiding. I was right. Yeah, boy. Hey, yeah. I did good work there. Dun dun dun. I wonder what the other path was. I'm not gonna... Mizuki A. There's a Mizuki B? Hello? What? Alternate Mizuki? It had to do with the cage. That's where the branches happen. Interesting. No, 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 no. I don't need this. Thank you. Well, that was nice. I liked that. Can we now talk about the fact that you saw footprints mysteriously?
Are you okay?
Now she's traumatized still. She just can talk about it. Why is the neck of your jacket so huge? Your neck is tiny. Your collar
Looks like
is
she
way
can
too big.
talk again.
Yeah, look, we're having a moment. Can you scram, please? We're having a kind of foster father, foster daughter moment. Back up. Seriously. Scram. Boss of unknown name. Shoo. And now we're just gonna grill her right away. Cool. Alright, I love to see it. Yeah, she saw the killer. That is fairly obvious. Everyone look at these monitors. Did they say anything new? They do not. Binders again. Binder. Sync manual. Cool. The off monitor. Still, it's the same monitor. Why is it off? Computer. No, I'm not going to talk to you first. I'm going to talk to Mizuki first. There's a door over here. The sync room. Okay, that explains that. Oh, a locker over here.
What's inside this?
Sometimes a cleaning lady is hiding inside.
Are you serious?
That's disturbing.
Wait, she was serious? That is disturbing. What? Why would the cleaning lady be hiding in that locker? Is she spying on Pewter?
Can I pop this cherry?
No. Please?
Date, you sounded quite proud of that pun. Perhaps you'd like to repeat it?
No thanks. It's not the same as the first time.
That was abysmal, sir. I didn't want to look at that. No. I want to look at this suspicious-looking long table.
I want to hit Date over the head with that.
What?
Fair.
Where did that come from?
Fair. I'm gonna be real. Fair. I just invaded your mind. That's, you know, I can feel you on that one. A Kotika. Or Koteka, maybe. I don't really know how it's pronounced. And that's all we can really look at. Oh, wait, I just saw something I could look at. Oh, it was Pewter. Never mind. No one cares. Alright, we're talking to you now. I'm gonna look at you for a second. She's lying in... That's not lying in the chair. No wonder... I mean, come on. Well, you Faye, then why bother talking about it? Okay, let's see. I'm gonna actually be concerned about her like I normally
I'm fine
would be
now,
first.
but I didn't forget your promise.
I promise?
This is Stu.
Stu, you said you'd take me.
So you heard that, huh?
Aphonia only affects speech. Her hearing should still be intact.
Sure, Mizuki. When we're all done here.
Look at that. I'm a man of my word, and it makes me happy. I'm gonna ask how you're doing.
I told you I'm fine. So
Look,
annoying.
I'm paranoid, but I can feel you on that
I
one.
annoyed you already, huh?
The pressure is annoying.
What pressure?
Force over area measured in pascals, dummy.
I see she is back to her usual self.
That's a me
Her
answer.
attitude is within
Thank
normal parameters.
I think I liked her better when she was silent.
I like that. Okay, I'm not gonna ask you who sent it. Actually, I should. That's actually fairly significant.
I can't tell you.
Why not?
Excuse me?
Because I don't want to.
That's not a reason. You were at the scene of the crime because of that Nile message. Whoever sent it to you is a prime suspect.
It's a friend.
I don't think she is going to answer.
It's Iris, isn't it?
When she is in a mood, it's impossible
How
to
do
get
you
her
know?
to talk.
Well, okay, you've
That's
been
the
living
kind
in
of girl
my
she is.
head for who knows how long.
Sometimes I
6
think you know her
years.
better than I do.
How long do you think I've been observing her?
It's been 4 years now.
Only 4?
Correct. I know things that even you
That's
do not
scary,
know.
and stop it.
Like? Actually, never mind.
Yeah,
Some things
stop
I'm
it.
better off not knowing.
Just step away. Aiba has no sense of private
By the way,
anything.
we already looked into Mizuki's cell phone.
Okay, thank you.
Unfortunately, the contents were wiped.
Really?
I'm tracing the sender of the Nile message through other means, but it's taking me some time.
I'm gonna put money down. It's Iris. It's Iris. I mean, the killer,
Say
well, the
Mizuki.
person she saw that she was afraid of
that
was the
figure
man,
I
but I'm
saw?
betting the message was sent by Iris, which means my right now prime suspect is actually Renju.
What?
Although her father directly
In
sending
Somnium,
her the
in your
message
dream,
would also make
I
a
saw
certain
a
amount of sense,
silhouette.
which would also explain. But then that doesn't explain the man I saw in my own Somnium, which is
Date,
weird.
Mizuki would not understand the question. She does not experience somnium as you do.
So, in other words,
You are
she saw
witnessing a
him, but
dream
didn't
inside her brain.
necessarily register consciously that she saw the figure. She only remembers it subconsciously. What do you have to say for yourself? Let's, fire away.
Right, there was something.
Thank you. Okay, I'm not alone
Hey,
here.
Mizuki.
Cool.
When we found you, you were holding the ice pick,
I already know
right?
the answer to this question. This is a useless
Can you tell us
question.
why?
When I got there, the ice pick was...
Deep in your brother's
It
eye
was-
socket, yes.
It was stuck in my mom's eye.
Yes.
I couldn't think straight. The only thing I could think was... I had to get it out.
Okay, that's kind
So
of logical.
you panicked and pulled it out.
Even
Yeah.
And you held on to it when you hid in the column.
Yeah.
you're not asking the important question why she was hiding in the column. boss, you suck at this.
How would I know? We still don't have enough information.
I'm just gonna strangle you.
Continue your investigation, Special Agent.
Please don't call me Special Agent in front of Mizuki. It's kind of weird. I'm gonna ask you about Mizuki's muteness, even though I don't think you have anything
Yeah,
important to say on
I'm
it.
glad she's talking again. You
That's your
healed the
response?
wounds in her heart by syncing with her.
Now we're
well,
gonna heap praise on
you,
me?
meaning you and Iba.
The boss has
Cool.
extraordinary perception. I deserve much of the credit for helping
You just
Mizuki recover her
shut
voice.
up and get back in my eye socket. That's
You
not
did
a
was
sentence
follow
I
my
thought
instructions.
I would ever say in my life, but
Date,
cool.
Mizuki needs you. Protect her.
No kidding. Why is everyone here Captain Obvious? Can we talk about the figure?
No need to report specifics. We saw it all from here in the control room.
Okay, alright.
What the
That's-
Sinker sees in Somnium is projected here, remember?
So in other words, 3 people
We've
were
got
privy
it
to
all
her private
recorded.
thoughts, of her private subconscious thoughts. Cool. Awesome. And it's recorded.
Isn't it incredible? I invented
Incredible, yes. Disturbing, also yes.
Anyway, we know about the
Cool?
figure you
Absolutely.
saw. I wonder who that could be.
I have a couple of theories.
Okay, just
I have 3 specifically.
one more question. This is
That's it.
very important. When you pulled out the ice pick, was Shoko's eye still there?
Way to be delicate
Pretty sure
about
it wasn't.
The eye
Okay.
socket was empty.
Yeah.
Alright.
Thank you, Mizuki.
I'm not surprised. You
That was
can't really
very
remove
helpful.
an eyeball that cleanly with an ice pick.
Boss
That was a
shines in moments like
specialized.
this. She doesn't hesitate to ask anything.
Now we
It
know
was-
that
it
Mizuki
had to
did
have been
not
removed
remove
with
the
a
victim's
tool.
eye.
The blood probably came from the ice pick being jabbed in there
When
afterwards.
we got to the scene, it was definitely missing.
And it has not yet been recovered. We can therefore conclude it has been removed from the scene.
It's possible it was taken as a trophy as well. A lot of serial killers do that. Can I look at the chair? I can. Cool. Hold on. Can I ask her? I'll ask one more time. It's subconscious.
Never mind. Did you see anyone at the merry-go-round the night you found Shoko?
I did. I saw someone
So. Oh, she.
in the corner past the
You do
merry-go-round.
remember seeing someone.
Who did you see?
Interesting. It was your father, wasn't it?
I don't know. It
You
was
don't
dark
know?
and raining. They looked scary, so I hid inside the merry-go-round.
So my theory was
the
correct
door
on
was
that.
open a little bit, so I snuck in.
Okay. Why was the door open, though? We answer one question, which I already had assumed the answer to, correctly, by the way. But now we have another question entirely. That's a useless question to ask him about the figure. What's your input, Peter? Don't stare at me for 12 minutes.
that. I saw it too.
Who or what do you think it was?
Most likely someone Mizuki saw in person projected into her
You saw their
subconscious.
backs, they were already walking
Dreams
away.
can only be constructed from images and experiences the subject was present for.
I'm gonna call BS on that, because I've had a lot of weird dreams, most of which I can't remember, but some of them I do, and none of them have anything to do with anything I've actually done or seen. You can sit down, Peter.
Mizuki's
You have
Somnium
no idea what
couldn't
you're
have
talking about.
contained that figure if she didn't see it in
But for the
person.
logic of the game, I'll roll along with this.
Of course, not everything we see in our dreams looks exactly the same as it did in the
Yeah,
real
I don't
world.
see nearly as many alligators in real life as I do in my dreams. I'm just saying.
You saw some strange things in Somnium earlier, didn't you, Dante?
Yes, a whole bunch of people I didn't recognize.
That
because they were
event you
probably from my
experienced
past.
is obviously not as it happened in reality. Dreams are a collage of many memories, intertwining and blending with each other. Your skills as a sinker allow you to untangle those dreams and solve mysteries no one else can.
Yay me. I'm so happy. Ooh boy. I get to do all the cool things, like delve deep into the
In a
Now
normal
I've had a
dream,
brain cramp.
the person experiencing the dream cannot remove themselves from it. Dreams are
Inception.
first-person
That's what I was thinking
experiences.
of. I get to go into Inception
However,
and die.
the
Cool.
circumstances are slightly different during a sink. The sinker dives into the subject's
for the
mind and
sinker.
experiences their subconscious thoughts.
Yeah, so basically I'm
But this
watching a
dream
movie that I
is
can get sucked
experienced
into.
as an observer, as though you were watching a play. The subject is the author, director, and actor.
See, the subject is doing
the
too much.
sinker
They need to
is
relax.
merely the audience.
So they pull me in so I can also be an actor? I didn't want to look at the monitor, I wanted to talk to Pewter. I'll ask how Iba appears. I'm kind of curious. That's an interesting angle.
Iba is linked to your brain with an artificial nerve. To put it more simply, Iba is a part of your brain.
I see.
During syncing, your consciousness is sent into the subject's somnium. Part of
Okay.
Iba's self is also synced, but only a part. Not all of Iba's functions are transferred into Somnium.
So that's why Somnium Iba is so dumb.
Don't call me dumb.
I am kind of curious why she looks
Hey,
like
Pewter,
that. And why her
when we were
dress
in
is so short.
Somnium earlier,
I'm kind of
Iba
curious.
was in human form.
Is this some kind of kink of his?
She's never looked like that before.
That was Iba's idea.
What?
That's kind
I
of
thought
creepy,
you
guy.
would be more pleased. I designed it to your taste.
Oh, I see.
What part of that was my taste?
I know everything inside your mind. You don't have to hide
That's.
it.
Can
Pewter,
we get back
Iba's
to the point
broken.
how this
She's
is a
talking
serious
crazy.
invasion of privacy and extremely creepy?
I am not broken.
Perhaps Iba admires the human form.
It's not that. It was just a little something. I consider Kaname Date to be my host. I owe him gratitude. I simply
So-
thought that appearance would make him happy.
You
Why would
decided to
that
show
make
some
me
serious
happy?
leg. Okay, fair. Yeah, sure. Let's have a summary.
Anyway.
I like those.
I get the story. Mizuki witnessed a suspicious person at the scene,
Got
but she
scared,
didn't
went into
get a
the
good
center
look
column,
at them.
which was open for some
Maybe
reason.
there's something at the scene we missed. Date, could you return to the scene of the crime? There
mean
might
like
be
the
more to Bloom
footprints?
Park than we first thought.
Like the footprints? Okay, I can go to the map, but it's been 45-minute run so far. So for this particular moment here, before we go to Bloom Park, I'm going to end the episode here before it gets too long. And I thank you all very much for watching, and have a great 24 hours.